Alright, hello everyone, this is Wild Blade from Creative Media Vault in Tokyo, Japan. I'm just moved myself back upstairs because everybody's kind of eating dinner now. So I'm kind of making sure that everything's getting all set up and arranged. So I hope everyone has had a very good day today. I am going to be continuing with my game build, but you know, we had like some drama going on around the neighborhood that I kind of had to take care of. So I'll be back on working on my game today. So, let's see. Yeah, it is now Friday, around 7 p.m. at night in Tokyo. So, I've got to do some work and got some meetings and stuff tomorrow. So, I'm gonna try to finish up as much of the level design for this game as for Megan's level as I can. So, for those of you who have been following me and have been kind of watching my stream, you'll notice that I have been like last week we were doing like character animations for this game, CDULO Beyond the Outer Rim, which is the main Kickstarter game that I am working on right now. And you will notice that if you go to my website, you'll see like creativemv.com games. You can check out more about this game, watch some of the trailers, see some screenshots, and get a breakdown of like some of the characters and stuff like that. And if you're interested in actually learning more about this game or signing up for the beta test, because it will be released on Steam at some point, you can go to sign up now, and it will take you over to my page here. And you know, you can go ahead and like give me your email address, your first name, and like go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter so you can be updated for when the beta test launch is ready to go. And also, you know, you can also check out the demo games. I will be locking the demo games for like my Patreon members and for like my Kickstarter campaign members. But you know, you can like go over there and check that out as well. So we're going to continue in Unity with creating a level for this character Megan, right? And so let's go. Say hi to Megan. Hi. Hi guys. Yeah, so she's like our default character that we're building the level for at the moment. So for those of you who are familiar with the game that we're building, it's called CDULO Beyond the Outer Rim. And one of the core mechanics of this game is being able to switch between characters to, you know, like in order to complete levels. However, before we, that will be a dynamic that will kind of like come in later in the game. But for the first few levels, I want to take some time to introduce you to the actual characters and get you used to their individual movements and their weapons and stuff like that. So that's what this first level is going to be for. So I'm not going to do tutorials for all of the levels that I'm going to build because one, it takes too much time to make tutorials and do Twitch streams, and two, like you know, I want people to actually play my game. So I'm only going to show you how I'm going to build this level with Megan, and then the rest of it will be a complete mystery until like such time as the game is released. And then the next thing you'll probably see me streaming will probably be like maybe how I'm developing the cutscene. So what we've done with this level so far is we've actually done the level layout. And you know, you're not used to seeing these mountains. I think I'll go ahead and cut them off, and I'll explain those. Explain what those are for later. Let me go ahead and close my player down. And I'm going to try to move relatively quickly with this because streaming does take a lot of time, and trying to explain every step does kind of like take a lot of time, and that is kind of slowing down my game build process, which, you know, I love teaching, but at the same time I do need to go ahead and get this game done because I want to have it done before Tokyo Game Show, so in September, and I'm solo deving, so it's gonna kind of difficult. So I'll go ahead and play through what we've done so far, and then I'll explain what I've added a little bit between the scenes. Hold on. Yes. Thank you. Alright. Alright, cool. So this is what we've got so far. So last night or yesterday we were working on this. So we got this nice little you know, this little area right here. And she can run all the way down to from the start point to the end point of this game. I'm gonna get rid of that green line in a little bit because we don't necessarily need it anymore, I don't think. I've added this water here, which I will explain. I forgot to jump because I was too busy talking. So, like, we have stuff that will test her jumping ability, so that should be a single jump point. This would be a double jump point, and you'll notice that I put the instructions here for the player, so they don't really have to like guess what to do. This is another jump point for her. And then we got this like down little arrow here, area here, and some little tiny enemies that she can kill, which we'll be fixing in a little bit. So this level is all about her like getting the player used to Megan's jumping jump boost and stuff like that. You suck at a sniper. I'm gonna get rid of this enemy right here. All right. So this is one of her main skills, is the ability to double jump. So you know, the level is reflecting that. And so we haven't really, these are all default enemies that I'm like using from like leftovers from my other game, Quest of the Gummy Witch, so the enemies in the level will not look like this. This yellow line is our halfway point, you know, to kind of indicate to me as a developer that I have like, you know, about the same amount of space to actually do something magical and make people care about this level. And then we've got like some, you know, more precision jump stuff for her. Which I'm really making it pretty easy because, you know, at first I made it a lot more difficult, and I'm like, well, this is actually the first level for her, so I should be a little bit more forgiving. Here, like, I want the player to have like a little bit of a leap of faith, so there's not really much indicating that there's land here on purpose. Right, and if you'll notice, I have kind of sped up the movement of the character. I might even speed it up a bit more. These will be like some more precision jump areas for her. You know, so, and you know, of course, we haven't added any real enemies to this, so like, and then I added this as well. This is like just a little temporary thing, but I want her to be able to access this area. Boom. And this will be like a little hidden area where she could like pick up some coins or you know, do some cool stuff. Yeah. Alright, and I'll get rid of that wall because she won't need that. Now, realistically, she shouldn't be able to double jump that, but I'm being really, really nice with this level. And then, you know, towards the end of this, yeah, she doesn't necessarily need that, I don't think. She should be able to double jump this as well, you know, if she's not on the platform. Actually, I might raise this platform up to where she can't double jump that. Okay, but anyways, like, this is kind of where we're at. So this would be her exit portal right here, to where we go to another phase of her level, basically, right? So that's what we set up so far, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to start adding some more interesting stuff. I am going to actually raise that last little jump to where she can't reach it from here. Oh, my game over panel is getting in the way of that. So I'm going to turn off my UI for a second. Just so I can grab this and move it up here. Okay, there we go. And then I should make it to where like this is only accessible if she rides the platform all the way over. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. Alright, cool. And now I'll turn my UI back on. Alright, cool. Yeah, so that'll make it a little bit easier. I mean, a little bit more difficult. So she'll have to like jump, and then from here she'll need to jump over here and ride this platform. If you'll notice, this was a hidden area, so this area did not activate until she actually jumped into it. So like we will have hidden areas with hidden coins and stuff like that inside of these. I was trying to use the sprite mask for this before, but the sprite mask was being a bitch. It wasn't working with my Megan character. It was only working with Dozer when we switched out. So I had to like kind of make this hidden area a trigger, which which is actually easier sometimes. For some reason, sprite mask doesn't work on this so well sometimes. I don't know why. But yeah, that's kind of what we got at the moment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start trying to make this level a little bit pretty. So we've just got basic shapes. Most of this was built with my default mother box, which I explained yesterday. So I do my level design based on mother box layout and just kind of manipulating those. So now what we have to do is we're going to go ahead and start building a few of the making the level look a little bit better by adding like you know, some non-interactables, which will basically be like background elements like mountains and stuff like that. So Before we start doing any of this, though, I do need to explain what is going on with this particular level, because each level has a story. Because this game actually has a story, because it is connected to these characters, right? So they are each of the characters. These characters are currently on a mission to find certain like MacGuffins, and each character will have for the first seven levels will have to find a certain part of a secret weapon, basically. So that means at first I was going to start them all off in the same point, but now I've decided to start them all off on different planets, right? So Megan, she will be on a planet, and her planet will be a forest type planet, right? So it's going to be a forest type planet. So that means I also kind of have to think of the color scheme and whatnot. But she'll be on a forest type planet. It will be around like daytime or like mid afternoon time. So that's why the sky has been, the sky colors have been set to this way. Um, so if I go in here and I find my sky, I have two different skies. Right now she's using the sky 2. And I have kind of tinted it to a kind of pinkish color to kind of indicate, well, I mean, I don't know what the time is actually on that planet. It could be night for all I know. But like, for us, it would look like it's about like maybe afternoon, or sorry, like becoming like mid evening or something like that. Yeah. So, and if I also have this sky tint. So if I want to, kind of change the color a little bit more, or maybe make the sky go from light to dark as she runs through it, then I can actually do that by maybe adding a timer to this, which I've already programmed, but I just haven't put it in the game yet. All right, so but we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to focus on giving her some background elements so that she's not running around in this cute little pink space. So in order to get started with that, what I've done is, oh, I need to explain what I did offline first. So you'll notice now that this level has this, well, purple stuff down here. That is water that I programmed for a previous game, actually. And so these purple blocks are basically just like this prefab that have a purple tint on it, and it has a box collider. And with the box collider, I've actually added a kill zone switch, right? So what this does is, if the player falls off the level or interacts with this box in any way, the player will die. It's based off the enemy script that I have, but so I could actually put like health on this, or like have it to where the player could shoot this and kill it if I wanted it to, but I don't. So right now, like it basically it will detect a collision with the player, and then there's no swimming out of this shit. This is like poison water, so once the player gets in, like hits the water, it's basically dead, right? Or he or she is basically dead. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that. So the player will die once they fall into the water one time, and it will kind of reset them back to their previous checkpoint. Okay, so you can run. Let's go ahead and kill this guy as usual. Run past these trees. I'm still gonna have to work on that transition between the melee attack and whatnot. So now when she comes over here, she should jump, but she's not going to, and she's just gonna run here. And when she hits this water, you'll notice she kind of disintegrates. So I just put like a particle death animation there because I was too lazy to actually do anything else, and that's easy. Alright, so there she goes. So yeah, now she just kind of respawns from the nearest possible checkpoint, and then if she dies again, boom. Yeah, it'll just drop her somewhere. At first I was gonna have it drop her off at the at the normal checkpoint, but I kind of like the fact that it's dropping her off at random places sometimes. All right. So anyway, that's what that purple stuff is. So this is her poison water. So Megan is not gonna be able to swim in this stuff, so she's gonna have to jump over it. What else did I add? Oh, another thing that I've added, and that you can't see right now, is on each of the background layers. Remember, our scene is kind of separated into layers. So, which are just empty game objects that have parallax, that are assigned different levels, but also have a parallax assigned to them as well. So, what you're going to be looking at here is I have imported in some mountain graphics that I had left over from a previous game. So I'll turn all of these on, and you're going to see this weird little kind of graph looking thing. Well, actually, this isn't a graph. These are different mountain graphics that are kind of just stacked on top of each other. And the reason that I have them stacked on top of each other is because this is for demonstrating the parallax effect that comes attached with the script that I have on each of these layers. Alright, so pay attention when she starts running, like running this way. You're going to notice that these mountains start moving at a different speed. So this one starts moving faster, this one's a little bit slower, and as she jumps, the one in the back is kind of like trailing behind. You'll see it better even better over here. So you notice that they're kind of moving at different speeds, and that's because each of them has a different parallax speed assigned to it. So layer 6 has a parallax speed of 0.1, so that means that it moves the slowest. This one has 0.13, this one is 0.15, and so on. Like, I think that was 18, and then this one is 2. Yeah, so that will allow me to control the parallax speed of each of these levels. So I might want the foreground, like these darker mountains moving much faster, so I can actually like put this at like 2.5 or something like that, or like 0.25 or even 3. Just to make sure that they look very different. I might try that one at 3, and then this one at 2.5. This one maybe at 18. This one maybe at 15 instead. And then this one in the back, I'll leave it at 0.1, and then we'll test this and like see how they move. Alright, yeah, you'll see that they're moving much faster now, and you can see like more of an angle. Okay, so when I run this way, yeah, the ones in the front are obviously moving much faster than the ones in the back. So that's going to be our parallax effect. So, if this one in the back was bigger, it would look like it almost wasn't moving at all. Which is kind of what we want. Okay, so that's the purpose of having these layered mountains. Now, these are not the actual graphics that we're going to be using in the game. These are just kind of placeholders, so that if I get lost, I'm like, okay, well, like, what is the parallax speed of like the level that I want to put these trees on later? Then I can just pull this up and like test, right? For this mountain here, and like I said, these are all just simple graphics that I created in Adobe like Animate. So for this one, and you'll notice that I have the shading of these, or what is it? So they're kind of going like from light to dark. So from light in the back to dark, because usually objects in the distance kind of fade out or kind of get hazy or harder to see in video games. So this will be like the back area where it's like, okay, I can see some mountains and I know that they're a different color, but something is there, but it's not really so important. Actually, for this also, I think I'm gonna duplicate these mountains again and just kind of drag them into layer 1. And I am going to drag this down here, and I'm gonna all of these mountains are the same graphic. It's just I'm just changing the tint and changing the like lightness and darkness of them basically. Okay. So yeah, this one will be on layer. Yeah, this layer doesn't really move that much. Okay, and I think I'm gonna switch this, like turn this like this way. All right. Okay, because I want to see how like I'm gonna have like some background elements that don't parallax. basically that's kind of what this is for, and that's why they are on. I just put that mountain on this layer -1. So now when I'm running, this will move with the player, whereas the trees in the background will like just kind of. Yeah, we'll kind. I'm checking to see if I want that there actually. Okay, the parallax does look pretty okay with this. I'm trying to right now. I'm just kind of trying to decide whether I want this to parallax or not. Okay, that's debatable. To be honest, I might not necessarily need these this mountain here, but I'm just checking to see what the foreground elements would look like. It would be sorting layer 2. Why? I don't know. Okay, this isn't really like anything serious. I'm just kind of playing around right now. Okay, you candy. Which one are you on? Candy tree. Okay, so candy tree is layer 5. Mountain range. And layer 4. Huh. Okay, there we go. That was the problem. You die. Yeah, I put that on the wrong layer because I just copied and pasted from the previous one. That's why. Okay, yeah. So this will give me like some idea of where I want, whether I want these things to actually parallax or not. Maybe no. You'll notice like also when I'm parallaxing, like I can the camera does move up and down, so that's kind of what I'm a little bit checking into right now. And as I jump, you'll notice that these mountains in the background are kind of shifting up and down with the player as well. Yeah. So yeah, we'll play around with that later. But right now, let's go ahead and start making some graphics. So where's that candy tree at? Yeah. Okay, so that should be layer 1, and yeah. And go ahead and also another thing that I've done is I've started kind of adding folders, adding different folders within each layer. So I'm gonna create an empty game object, and I'm just gonna name this one for trees. And I'm gonna drag this candy tree in here. Okay, yeah, so this is kind of like our starting area. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to start from the back. So we're going to start with this back layer, layer 6. So we're going to start with the far background and then kind of work our way forward. So for these other layers, I'm going to, sorry, I just closed those for no reason. For these other layers, I'm going to go ahead and turn the mountain range off. Yeah, since I know where everything's at, so we're going to turn that off, and then we are going to go ahead and turn this these mountains off here. All right, and then I'll close these game objects and close these platforms as well. Close my hidden coin collection, and we're mainly going to focus on this. All right, so we have these mountains in the back, and the reason why these mountains are here. I'm actually going to duplicate that and so the reason these mountains are here is because I want to make sure that they kind of come a little bit under the ceiling. So in case the player needs to jump and or is hanging out anywhere near the ceiling, then we can see like, okay, well this isn't just empty space. There is like, there is something behind like above the player or above the area the player is in, way in the background. So we may not want our mountains to necessarily look like this though. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be looking over here. I'm gonna be looking at references for like some pretty cool references that I'm finding on Pinterest to get an idea of the colors and the types of environment that I want to use. So I found like I'm just looking for like alien landscapes because she's on an alien planet right now. So I wanted to kind of look like it's cool. We can identify stuff, but it is still like an alien world. All right, and let me save this. So, as you know, most of my artwork is done in Adobe Animate. So, we're going to I've already set up a scene in Adobe Animate, which is where we're going to be placing a lot of our graphics, or kind of doing a lot of our design work. I'm going to have to change the tint on this sky now. So these are just movie clips that I've already like preset up, and I've placed the player around here just so that so that we have a reference. So for the tint, I think I made that one a little bit more pink. Yeah, so a little bit pink, and maybe a little bit darker. Come on. Let me jump up in here. Oh, I've locked this layer, that's why. So this is the alpha sky tint. Let me lock the guide. Okay, sky tint. So right now sky tint is set to black, so I think I need to maybe set it to this one. Jump out of its symbol. Set the alpha up a little bit. So right now her background looks something similar to this. Alright. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to play around with it in Unity anyway. What are you? Okay, you are nothing important, and there's the player. So if you could set something like this up in Adobe Animate or Adobe Photoshop, it will definitely help. Notice I've still got my guide, the same that I have like in Unity. It's just the space is a little bit smaller. All right, so we can consider this to be kind of like more like half a level. All right, and over here, what I'm going to do instead of grabbing all of these things is I'm going to kind of cheat because I have a boneyard full of graphics that I made before. So I'm going to use a lot of those, especially when it comes to, like for mountains and background elements and stuff like that. So let me click V in here. And this is what that original mountain looked like for my Quest of the Gummy Witch game. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it over here. Not on the player level. I'm going to actually get rid of that. And I'll be doing most of the design on a new layer. So okay, so like what else can I do in here? Go in here. This is what it really kind of looked like, because I had no idea what I was doing before. So color effect, I'm going to just go ahead and tint this in. In my games, notice I keep everything white. That's because it allows me to quickly tint stuff any other color that I might want it. This is going to be like one mountain, so I'm just gonna export this out, and I'm gonna put like point mountain 1. Okay, so this is one mountain that we're going to use. Generally, I think we're probably going to use about maybe 2 or 3 mountain types. So, so this will be like one of the first mountain that you'll see. The next mountain we're actually going to like draw. So I'm going to make sure that I have my lines off in my drawing application, and I'm going to use the brush tool in Adobe Animate. And for this one, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna draw kind of like a squarish kind of mountain, like the one that just kind of comes up like this, and then like this, and then this comes down, and then round it out down here. Okay, yay, we have our new mountain. Um, all right, and so I'm gonna hit my K key and fill this all in. Now I can drag this over, and we'll notice that the bottom of this mountain is not flush. So I'm gonna highlight, basically come down here and chop the rest of this off, and there is mountain number 2. Okay, I'm gonna hit F8, turn this into a movie clip, and export this out. So I think probably we'll have like a pointy mountain, a flat mountain, and maybe a rounded mountain. So I really do like 3 mountain shapes, but I might do 4 for this one. So we're gonna export out, and we're gonna put like my white mountain 2. Okay, and then all we're gonna do is wind up combining these. So pointy mountain, flat mountain, and then I could do this like with basic shapes, but then everything would look too like angular. So which looks good for some games, but I kind of don't want it for this one. So we got this, and you'll notice we can kind of like combine these together now. Yeah. All right, so now I'm gonna go for the rounded mountain shape, and I'm gonna just do the same thing. Use my brush tool, and maybe go up like this, and then just come not too rounded, like something like this. Yeah, and then over here. So I used to like drawing with the mouse, but now that Adobe has really locked down their stuff and gotten has become the standard, their drawing tools are really good. So there's no reason for me not to use the mouse. I do have like I do a lot of my artwork on my iPad anyway. So we got pointy, flat, somewhat flat, and then like somewhat rounded. Okay, and I'm going to put all of these, make that into a movie clip, and I'm going to export PNG sequence, and this will be White Mountain 3. Right. So, why did I create 3 mountains? Well, because from 3 mountains, I can create many mountains. Alright, so, basically, you saw what I was doing before. So, just with these 3 different shapes, and I'm going to drag all of these into Unity and turn them into different game objects. But, say, for example, I wanted, kind of an extended mountain range. Well, all I have to do is just kind of line these up. Maybe squish and manipulate them. Q key, I can just drop this down here. Now I'm now I'm getting tripped up because I'm like in Unity, but I'm like switching back over to this, and yes, I can like make something like this. Maybe even copy and paste this, move it over, modify. Flip horizontal, make myself a little plane here, and then copy, paste this one. So I'm just kind of showing you what we can do. So this could be like one totally wicked mountain range, and then like if I wanted to look pretty evil, I can just copy this and over here and put this one in the middle, and then maybe shrink it down and like twist it this way. Like, yes, we have the evil light point, evil whatever of Mordor kind of thing. Yes, this looks evil. Yes, very evil. I mean, for certain levels, the more pointy you make things, the more evil it's gonna look. So all I'm doing is basically the same thing that I was doing before in Unity, and just like, yes, we have our triple devil peaks of fury, or whatever we want to call these things. Right, so yeah, so this allows me to kind of really get creative with the type of terrain that I want to make, just by using the same simple movie clip. So I think these are good enough. I'm gonna get rid of the rest of these things because I don't need them and just return everything back to normal. Right. So we have pointy, square, rounded. Hey, what are you doing, rounded? Ah, damn it! I hit like I hit escape too much. All right, so let me hit my Y key and then turn this guy back into a movie clip. Okay, there we go. All right, so let me go ahead and then. Is there any other mountain that I want to make? Okay, yeah, I think these will be the three basic shapes. And also, if you'll notice with this one right here, we can go ahead and turn this into, if we want to, we could actually just like flatten this guy and like make it like a little bit longer, and that would be like a pretty decent looking terrain thing. All right, so like enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get busy and dump these guys into Unity. So oh, one thing I might want to do is, if you'll notice the size of these is pretty big. So for these, I think I'm going to shrink them down quite a bit. Yeah, for this game, I really have not been paying any attention to optimization at all. I'm just like making graphics and oh, this is like 8,000 like pixels. Okay, that's fine. And I'm just kind of dropping it in here, which is what you don't want to do, by the way. But I'll worry about optimization once I get the game built. Actually, I like to build my game with bigger graphics anyway, because that way when I optimize and shrink them down, then that means everything should run faster than than what I previously designed it for. So I am kind of pushing the limits of this. All right. So let me re-export these out because since they're smaller now, so I'll be White Mountain 1 PNG, save, replace, yes, export. Okay, that's smaller. All right. Okay, White Mountain 2, replace. Okay. And I forgot to take the other PNG off of this. Damn it. So I got PNG.png. I hate it when I do that. Alright. But I just did it again. Alright, anyway, I'll be renaming these anyway, so I'm just gonna put like 3A or something like that. I gotta get rid of that other PNG too. Okay, and what are you? Okay, so that's 3 and then okay. Oh. Where are you? 3A. Oh, sorry, that would be 2A. Okay, so now I've got this one, and Molary and Curly are set. So you go ahead and grab these guys and switch back over to Unity, and you are not where I want you to be. Why? Okay, yeah. And I'm gonna drag these into sprites. Okay, so that should help. Alright, so for this layer 6, we do also have these mountains back here. So I think we're going to go ahead and try lining up some of these. So I'm going to just duplicate this, and I'm going to go to white mountain, right, and I'm going to put them there. So let's go to mountain range 2, white mountain, drag it out here. All right, and so actually we already have kind of like 4 different mountain ranges. So I can scale this up here. Um, move here, kind of just align everything this way, move it this way. Right, so this will give me a lot of versatility. Now, what we have to do is we have to make this kind of extend to like the range of this whole area. So I'm going to create like a few different patterns. Actually, before I do any of that though, I want to go ahead and turn these also into prefabs. Yeah. So I'm going to turn all of these mountains into prefab. So this is like the default mountain that was in here. And then I'm going to turn this mountain also into a prefab. And then I'm going to duplicate this mountain, and I suppose I should have renamed that one something else though. Mountain range 2, and then I'll like rename that to something later. So mountain range 3. For mountain range 2, I think I just changed the name so I can. Oh, okay, I can't overwrite that. If you're not sure about it, just prefab it. Okay, and it's mountain range 3. And for this one, I'll change the graphic to this. All right. So nothing needs to be perfect because we're going to be manipulating these things anyway. Can totally do whatever I want with this one. So now I can kind of overwrite this, I think. And then for this, I should just name these mountain actually. Okay, and then last one will be this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this will be like, I am going to rename these just like to mountains. So this will be like mountain 4 instead of mountain range. Because I'm going to be creating mountain ranges out of these individual mountains. So I'm going to go through and rename all of those, actually. It should just let me rename, like rename this based on the prefab, but okay, let me go ahead and open this one. Yeah, and I'll rename you Mountain 2. Yes, rename file, please. Thank you. And then open. Mountain 1. Okay, this will be our default. Yes, please. Thank you. All right, so we got our like 4 mountains up in here. And do we have any other mountains that I should be worried about? Let's go ahead and mountain. I've got this guy. Mountain. Ooh, I've also got these in the back. That yeah, these back here, which I could also use. Okay, I'm gonna drag this on the screen too. And I'm going to move this to layer 6 and actually no, I'm not going to drag it on the screen. Where are you? Duplicate you. Right, because it's already got the colors and stuff and the layer order and layer and stuff that I want. So I can just go find this what is it? Level 1 back. this has a slightly different color. So, what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm still going to be using kind of like the mother box concept for making this, as for using these as well. So I'm basically going to be making one big movie clip, not movie clip, one big game object. So I'm going to be making one big game object, but then I'm going to just I need to match this color. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to be making one big game object, and then that has all of these elements in it. And then as necessary, I'm going to swap them around and just kind of mix and match them however I want. Okay, so this will be Mountain 5. Okay, and I mean, I can do this like with any other mountain thing that I wanted. So I have like this BG mountain too, and this BG mountain over here. I might want to go ahead and add those as well. So let me save that and see if I can find those in my boneyard. Alright, so they're not here. Let me go to my Quest of the Gummy Witch boneyard. Any other mountains around here that I can like use? Okay, so this was for what the graphics that you're seeing in this were for my Quest of the Gummy Witch game, which you can play. It's actually pretty interesting, and this one actually has more of a story. So you can play my Quest of the Gummy Witch game also by going to my website and go to home, and that's the game based on this character Giselle here. And if you scroll down, you'll see Quest of the Gummy Witch over here, and this will take you to the games page for this. And then once you go here, you can watch, you know, some previews, some of the cutscenes, and you can also play the game, which will take you to my itch.io page. So this one's actually pretty fun. It's pretty short, but it's still pretty fun. So I highly recommend you check that out. But the graphic that I'm pulling from right now are from that game, and just to show you, like, here are some of the characters that you'll find in that game. But you know, we're not going to be using any of those characters for this build. Okay, so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for any other mountains I can just kind of toss into this thing. Okay, Toki Jam. Maybe for Toki Jam I might have some. Let's see, are you guys? What are you? Right, these are for a game called Via La Runes. Okay, yeah, I think I can use this. Maybe I'll do this one. Turn this into a movie clip. Turn it white. So right now I'm just trying to keep from drawing as much as possible. And I'll go ahead and export this one out so I can toss that in there as well. This will be for a I need to make sure that this doesn't have a an outline on it. It looks like it does though. So I don't want yeah, I don't want any outlines on these. Okay. And let me jump in here and turn this to white as well. Right, and so So I'm gonna make a lot of graphics. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna use all of them though. So 5A. Right, and let's zoom back out of here and go back to the main page. Right, yeah, that's probably good enough, I think. Okay, I might use these though. And I might use these as a separate mountain range actually. Okay, and let's drag you down here and go ahead and flatten it here. Okay, yeah, that looks like a pretty decent mountain range to use, so I think I'm gonna use that. Export this as a PNG sequence as well. So that have a little. I like that mountain range because it has a bit more of a alien exotic feel to it. So White Mountain 6A. Alright. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just going through and I'm cannibalizing what I can from my previous games, which is something you should totally do, to be honest. If you have like other games that you've already built, I highly recommend like just going through and like finding what elements you can use in your current game and you know, just cannibalizing from there. I'm going to actually split these two. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of that there. And, you know, right now we're kind of doing more on the art side. So, right. And I might leave it like this. Or I can even like curve it down a little bit. You know, make sure that whatever it's going to run into Unity, it's going to be flat. Whoops. What the? Yeah. Okay, and don't like that. Alright, let me go ahead and turn this into a movie clip. Then jump in here. Cut this off. Yeah. Okay. And, alright, so I'm gonna export this one out. So I'm gonna have quite a few mountains here because I'm gonna need different mountain shapes anyway for the other characters now I think about it, so that's kind of why I'm going ahead and making all of these. I mean for the other levels. Okay, and you. Again, no border. Right, and I think I'll drag this one out here and kind of give it a nice little like alien looking curve. So what I'm doing in Animate also, if you'll notice, is that I'm using kind of like block animation a lot, where I'm just kind of blocking stuff out to look a certain way. So just dragging points, creating other points, you know. Yeah, so maybe do something funky like that, or maybe not. It was actually looking all right here. So, right, then I'm just gonna grab this and turn it into a movie clip, and then export this one out, and this will be Mountain Range 8. No, cancel 8A. Okay, so now that I've got these guys, I think that'll be enough mountains for the time being. So I'm going to drop down into my sprites, and I'm gonna grab all of these mountains, like four. So this one I did leave the yeah, this one I did leave the, what is it, the lines on. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, I think. So I'm just gonna grab these and drag them into Unity. Alright. Alright, so what we're going to do, they're going to continue to add the mountains to this, right? So I'm going to duplicate this. This is mount 5. I'm going to go ahead and add my mountain 6. Alright, and let me find white mountain. So we'll add this one and zoom in here. Damn it, I always do that. I don't know why. So right now, don't worry so much about how it looks at the moment, because what I'm going to do with this is, once I have all of these in here and kind of lined up and matching the color, okay, so mountain 6 will also need to be a prefab. Okay, original prefab that. Alright, and then duplicate. Then 7. Actually, I don't really like that one, so I think I might skip that. Yeah, this one I definitely want. I'm gonna have to get rid of the lines on this guy, though. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue, maybe. Okay. I'm just kind of dragging it out, like, checking to see where I can kind of connect everything. Turn this one this way. Okay, and this is going to be 8. Right, and then I think the last one I'll need to do is mountain 9. So inside of this game object, we're going to have 9 different mountain kind of variations that we can use. And this will give us a lot. You see how this just kind of blended together right there? So this will give us a lot of variation for what we can do with these mountains. It does kind of look like they're kind of tilting, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Then mountain 9, let's go ahead and prefab this guy. Alright, so now I have like my 9 main mountain variations in here. And right now they're all sitting under layer 6, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another empty game object, and I'm going to name this mountain range. Alright, so mountain range 1. So, then I'm going to take all of these mountain parts and just drag them in here. Hmm. Okay, so this is like our first mountain range. Now, it doesn't really look like much, and the height and stuff and everything is kind of like, well, kind of iffy. So, for example, if I want to scale this, though, instead of scaling each mountain, um, I can just kind of do this, or do this, or if I want to make it smaller, I can just do this. And this will give, you notice this automatically lets me change the terrain as I see fit. And if there's a certain part of this terrain that I don't want, for example, maybe I don't want this thing sticking out right here. So all I have to do is find that part, and I can just like click it off. And then I can grab these other parts and just bring them together like so. So this will give me like a lot of versatility for for uh changing like the terrain. I mean, and you're gonna have to play with it a little bit. The longer it is, the harder it is kind of to line everything up. So keep that in mind, and you're gonna have to play with the colors or whatnot. So but you kind of get the idea. And then under this mountain range, also it helps me keep everything organized. So if I need to change the color of something, for example, I can actually go here and just like change the tint and color for everything like this all in once. So actually that looks kind of badass, but we're not going to use that. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to turn these. What was the original color of this? Good thing I copied that shit. So what's the color? Color. All right, there we go. So that'll turn the tint and everything back to what it should be, except for this guy. Okay. Yeah. So this is why I like doing it this way, using these mountain ranges. And so what we're going to do first is we're going to create this back mountain range. So I can kind of decide which elements I want. So this back range should one, it should be up a little bit further, and two, it needs to look kind of long. So right now the way that we're kind of scaled out is we haven't even reached half of the level yet. So one of the tricks that I'm going to use is I'm just going to scale this up, not that up, scale this whole mountain range up. So I'm going to scale this whole mountain range up until it reaches about the middle of the level. Yeah, until it reaches about half. Yeah, so I'm going to scale it up to about here. And then, also I need to make sure that it's going to reach the end of the level as well. Or the start of the level, sorry. So to right around here. And maybe I can bring it in a little bit this way. Make things a bit more pointy. Okay, so maybe something around like this. And now I can leave this where it's at. I just need to drop it down below the ceiling. Okay. So this looks okay over here. You can scale it up. There. Okay. So this doesn't look too bad. But you know, as I look at the level, I might want the larger mountains to come towards the end. So this is where I can just kind of jump into jump into this mountain range and be like, okay, well, like let's duplicate this and let's drag you guys over here. You know. And maybe in the middle, I might want these like kind of claw-looking mountains to come towards the middle, so I can just kind of move this over here, and then move like this third one over here. And I can duplicate this out and move that over there, and maybe flip it on the X. Flip it on the X, shrink it down a little bit so that it doesn't look so obvious that I just flipped it on the X. Alright, something like this. Okay. And I mean, you can actually just kind of name all of these, name these mountain parts whatever you want. I'm just being lazy and not doing that at the moment. Okay. This one is, like I said, this one does have a problem because I left the lines on it. So if they're getting to be too much of a pain, I can just drop the order and layer to like 0. Okay. So this gives us a nice looking little, you know, like mountain range in the background. So let's go ahead and run through this because you'll notice that now we have quite a bit of variation already for terrain. So it does look like she's on a planet that has mountains that, you know, she can kind of do stuff with, you know. So I mean, they're flat at the bottom, so I mean, and she's not going to see the top of these right now until she gets to like you know, towards the back of the level or toward the end of the level. Okay, but she can run this. She can jump. Alright, so she can do her double jump here. Everything is like in the back. You'll notice that the text is in the back. Oh, that guy just tried to. Oh, he just Air Jordan her. Yeah, that was actually kind of cool. Boom. So she's gonna kill him. Oh shit! He almost died. I'm gonna have to lower that pedestal lightning. All right. Okay, so she's right here, and our mountain. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. So we can still see our mountain range kind of moving in the background. So, okay, yeah, there's something there, you know. Okay, she's gonna jump up here. Okay, we can still see some mountains in the background. Hey, and now this looks like she's kind of above the mountains a little bit, which is kind of cool. And since we've only done like half of the level, so she's not really seeing too much beyond this point. So that might be something we want to change as well. Also, I'm not really too keen on this like this sudden drop off here. So in order to fix that, which one would be a good one to fix that? You. I'm gonna copy you again. Alright, so I'm gonna go to this, I'm just gonna duplicate this same thing and move him down, move him this way to smooth everything out and make it look peaceful. And maybe stretch you out as well and give you a nice little valley down here. Alright, yes, that looks very, very, I don't know, yoga-ish. Let's see what that looks like if I were to flip it that way. Oh, actually, that might not be bad. Okay. Okay, yeah, actually, it might look... no, okay, I'm lying. It looks better the other way. Yeah, okay. So, alright, so we do have our mountains here. This doesn't really look like so much like a dangerous alien, planet though, so we're gonna have to fix that by adding some more spiky stuff somewhere. Like, you know, just some spiky mountains in the background sticking out. This looks very nice and peaceful and, like, kind of... Alright, so let me find my curved one. Oh, where's like so I can find out which one I'm on by the number, by the way. So I'm gonna go to Mountain 9. And Mountain 9 is the one that we're not seeing right here, because it's the like curved one, right? So this will kind of add a little bit of a so I'm gonna put Mountain 9 right there. Come on. Checking to see. I want these to look a little bit menacing at some point. So maybe like a higher peak over here with this sticking out. Let me. That looks a little goofy actually. Yeah, but you'll see, like, this does, like, this kind of let me play around with what I want my level to look like. Okay, I'll probably just leave that over here then. You know, so she's climbed all the way up to this point to reach these, like, claw-looking mountain things. To reach the Claw Mountain. That should probably move his ass a little bit over here. Yeah, alright. Okay, yeah, that might be okay. Okay, yeah, so something like this will work. And now, like I said, this is the alien terrain, so we do want it to look, fairly, you know, intimidating. So we're going to use this spiky mountain right here, and we're going to shrink it, like, you know, make it very, very thin in certain areas. All right. So we can put these here and kind of rotate it out to give it some weird looking, weird looking spikes. Like, okay, that's not Earth-like. Okay. Maybe just one of those is good for there, and then I'll put like something here, because that looks a little too flat. So I'll scale these down even more, and maybe rotate it this way. Yeah, to where it looks like it's coming like straight out of that, and duplicate it. Move it over here. And do the Star Wars thing, the two lightsabers crossing. What the hell? No. No, okay. It's just like, why are you trying to flip me, rotate me? I'm the same on each side, fool. So, okay, so I can like have these guys crossing over here, or I can just like kind of have them like, you know, sticking out right there. Yeah. Alright. And then I might want to have a straight tower somewhere. I'll duplicate this guy again and move it right here. Make it like I don't want to have too many unicorns. So I'll put this one here and also duplicate it and move it up here. Now, basically, this is kind of starting to look like a tree, which I don't necessarily want actually. So, okay. Okay. So yeah, this looks a little bit more like an intimidating, less friendly landscape. The other one that I will want to really focus on using, I think, is are these mountains here. Let me duplicate that. Not it. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip this here. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So maybe a little bit further this way. Okay. So yeah, she can kind of tell. You can kind of tell like there's something alien about this place. Okay, and for a good measure's sake, I'm gonna move them over here as well. Maybe put them towards the end. Alright, yeah, so that looks, I think that looks alien enough. Alien enough maybe for our purposes. Do I need one more big spiky mountain back here? Okay. I'm debating about whether I need like this guy here. I mean, I like that gap, but I don't like that gap. So... Okay, actually, I think that this makes it, that might have fixed it. Yeah, just kind of scaling these guys up a bit. Okay, yeah, alright, so this looks like a good alien terrain, so we'll leave this as mountain range 1. Alright, so now this comes to the middle of the level. So because I'm lazy and I don't want to keep on doing the same shit over and over and over again, we're just going to duplicate this, and we're going to grab it, and we're going to move this over here. Right, yeah, so that gives us two, yeah, like, that will carry us out to the end of the level here. Alright, so, this is mountain range 1, so I'm actually just gonna parent this, mountain range to the other mountain range down here. Right. so that it still remained at mountain range 1. Okay, so like that is basically it for this one. Um, so I'm not even going to worry about the colors or anything at the moment, because basically when it comes to colors, I'm just going to highlight everything, and once I find a good color that I like, I'm going to use that one. So now I'm going to, I still have a couple more layers to do. So I'm going to duplicate this mountain range, and I'm going to drag this into layer 5. Alright, and then for mountain range on layer 5, well, first we're going to use this mountain range as a reference. So we're going to steal the color from this one. Alright, so I'm just still using this one to kind of steal the color that I want to, you know, change all of these other graphics to. I'm going to highlight all of these in here. Oh, I'm basically going to highlight everything. And unhide that. Then for color, I'm just going to copy and paste that there. Boom. Alright, then I'm going to take this mountain range too, and I'm going to use this mountain range that I just had as reference. No. And then I'm going to grab all these guys and drag them down to match this. Okay, and then I will get rid of this mountain range. Now, you'll notice that these are kind of looking, well, very much the same. So at this point, this is where I can actually kind of start manipulating the ranges inside. So if I wanted to, all I would really have to do is just kind of stretch, rotate this. Wait a minute, what's the scale of this? So this is scale on the X. I think I can actually just turn that to this one. Yeah. So basically I just kind of flip the graphics. Okay, so you know, I can just kind of flip it if I want to, or I can just go in here and say, okay, well now this is looking a bit redundant, so let me just move some of these guys around. So you might want to come over here, whereas you might want to take your original spot back here, you know, and try to cover up all of the gaps and stuff. So mountain, you know, yeah, so I mean, once you get used to it, it doesn't really take that long to do it. You know, so what are you? Mountain. So I can kind of just do this right here, move everything around here. Maybe get rid of the, like hide some of these as well. So I can hide the ones that I don't necessarily need. Because there's really only 9 of them that I'll be using as default. I'm going to hide these back ones as well. For now. Mountain 3, Mountain 2. Okay, range 1. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to hide everything below mountain range 1 and probably get rid of those. But right now I just need to see where everything's at. Okay. So now I can drag, you know, just kind of drag everything to where I want it to be here. So I might put this one in the middle. Okay, and then for this one I can drag this here. For this one I might just flip it, sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm turning off layer 6 so I can just focus on layer 5 right now. For these alien looking ones, for this I might not necessarily need those. For this one, I can move you here instead. Alright, so I might think they're a little bit more. These mountains, I'll keep this mountain, I'll keep this mountain, I'll keep this mountain, and I'll keep this mountain. This mountain here, yeah, I'll keep. Mountain 9 I will get rid of because that's obviously like from the previous layer. Alright, and then for these I'm gonna just grab them and drag them all kind of together. Okay, this first mountain set is not so bad. These I'm going to squash. Or this guy I'm going to squash a bit. And move him down. So all we're doing right now is just kind of creating some variation. These mountains, I'm going to move them over here. Wait a minute, I just grabbed something that's not a mountain. Okay, I'll flip this. Okay, flip that, and then maybe duplicate it again. Move it out here, and flip it again. Okay, here we go. We're getting a nice little variation of mountain range here. And now I can go back up to this layer 6 and kind of cut this back on. And we can see where the contrast is. Okay, layer 6. So I'm going to grab this mountain range. And this one is totally, like, this is the end part is totally different. So I'm not even going to worry about those because basically we're going to copy and paste these. So I just need to move this up now. So move it up and maybe shrink it down a little bit to where we can just barely see some where we can barely see some pink. Okay. All right, this doesn't look bad as well. All right, so once we have that mountain range looking good, we're going to go into the one on layer 5, and we're just going to like delete this one. All right, and these two mountain ranges, all of the other mountain range parts that we didn't use, we can highlight those and just kind of get rid of them. Okay, so we're just going to get rid of all of those. All right. And now, what we'll do is we will duplicate this and drag it right back into here. All right, and we're going to take this set, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to move it all the way out here. Okay, so we can move them out here. Because this is coming after a drop point, we can actually you know, decide where we want the maybe right here would be okay. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty decent, I think. All right, and now, for there's one that has a different color. I think it's this guy right here. So I do want the color to match it as closely as possible. Okay, yeah, I'm not getting anywhere that way, so let me copy this one, the color from here. Okay, and then I'll jump back into this one. Just change it. Huh, okay, it's not really showing all the way. I don't know why. Okay. It still looks kind of off, but okay. Yeah, so might have to like play around with the colors on these a little bit. Okay. Right. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so that's our second part of our background. Okay, so when we drop down here, okay, we've got like, you know, two sets of little mountains, and they should be parallaxing at different levels now. So you're not really going to notice it because they should give the indication that they're kind of far back. Okay, let me go this and... Okay, so we can see like there's something there and like there's something in front of that. Right? Okay, so for this one right here, I'm going to need to add something else, I think. Okay, but we do see like some movement in the background. Right? We see these mountains here, these mountains here. They're clearly different. Right? Good. Alright, and what's happening now? So this is what I wanted to show you. So there is parallaxing that's going on right here, right? So that's why, you know, you'll notice that there's a gap here that we didn't really see. So we're going to have to cover that. So in order to do that, what I am going to do first is I'm going to grab this whole mountain range on layer 3 and I'm going to drag it up. Oh, sorry, why am I grabbing? Sorry, I'm going to turn layer 6 off again because that's going to keep on getting in the way. And then I'm going to grab these mountain ranges here and I'm going to drag them up, right? And this is where you'll see that there's a big ass gap right there. Right, so all we have to do is just kind of fill in this gap. So to do this, I'm going to grab the final mountain range, which is... Okay, I gained my my game stuff is kind of getting, or my UI stuff is getting in the way again. All right. I'm just gonna drag these over here a bit more. Maybe flip it on the X and make it wider. Okay, so that should be fine there. With these down here in the second mountain range. Let me pull that there. Yeah. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right, now I can grab this mountain range and drag it back down to where it needs to be. Okay, so remember when I'm dragging down, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this pink area right here. Yes, I'm just gonna make sure that they are kind of a little bit above this pink area. All right, cool, cool, cool. And because this is parallaxing, as we're running, this is actually sliding more to the left of the screen. I am going to make this a bit longer as well. So there's two ways I can make it longer. I could add a different part to it, or I can just kind of stretch it. In this case, I'll probably just stretch it out. Yeah, so I'm just going to stretch it out, and that should help right there. Do I want to stretch out? No, I don't want to stretch that one out. Instead, I'm just going to grab the final mountain. Maybe grab this mountain here. And move it over here, and I'm going to stretch this back part out. Flip it. Okay, so because like you'll notice, like I said, with the parallaxing, it was kind of the whole this whole mountain range was actually shifting, and so that's where we got the gap. And then if we got to the end of the level, there might not be enough to cover. So let's go ahead and play this. And don't worry about the colors, we're going to get to that later. Right, so there we go. Let me actually make this bigger so you can see what's going on. Okay, so we've got like some obvious like environment variation in the back, which is what which is what like, ouch, I still got shot. Kill these guys. Okay, kill these guys. Ooh, jump with that one. Okay, I might have to like do something with their double jump, make it a little bit faster. Right? Yeah. All right. So now we're seeing some background elements. Okay, so we can tell that there is something, something in front of the very back mountain. Then when we drop down here, okay, yeah, there's those other mountains that I was seeing before. Here's my double jump here. Okay, there's still mountains here that I gotta go through, and there's like some in the back. Alright, now I have to jump, but there's nowhere for me to go. I'm gonna die. Okay, no, I'm not gonna die. That's psych. Alright, so she's running around here. No background elements, no mountains, nothing like that. now we're getting to the end of the level. Alright, I can jump on this, and if I ride it, I can see the beautiful mountains in the back, and the one, like, you know, like, well, in the back and in the back. Now, can I double jump this? No, I can't. Shit. Now I gotta go back and try to ride that thing. And after I kill this guy, fortunately, this thing comes back very quickly. Okay. Now I can come up here, and I didn't even have to jump that one. No, I might fix that. But the key thing is that we can still see that there's mountains in the back here. So stuff that's kind of hanging around. I mean, we need to add something here that's a little bit more permanent. Yeah, but, you know, let's see what this looks like, what we're looking at now, parallax-wise. So on the level, parallax-wise, okay, yeah, we're not really seeing so much, but parallax-wise, this is kind of where it needs to be. So, just in order to give her something to look at this phase, I'm going to drag these last little mountains over and possibly raise them up a bit. Alright, am I gonna do that? Nah, I'm not gonna do that, actually. What I'm going to do instead is on layer 1, or layer -1, I'm gonna find that pointy mountain, so mountain 1. Okay, and I'm gonna duplicate mountain 1, and I'm gonna drag this into a layer -1, and because that one doesn't parallax. So, and then I'm gonna just kind of put it here. So I'm gonna put that there, and also for do I want that one, or do I want oh shit, what'd I do? Yeah, so I'll put this here. And then for this one, I'm also gonna duplicate it, and I'm gonna put this here on a -1. So these mountains are not gonna move because they're on this layer. But what I want to do is I want to copy the color of this mountain here, and I'm just gonna put it on. Okay. Yeah, something like this. So we're like, hey, yeah, there are actually mountains in the back that you just traversed. Yay. Okay, so something like this should work. Alright, so that will be the second mountain set. And I want to make sure that I don't have any like pink stuff kind of sticking out at the back. Alright, so these mountains do look a little low compared to the start to the one in the very back. So I might bring this range up a bit more. Yeah, something like this. Okay. For this first mountain. And now all I'm doing is I'm just kind of manipulating the shapes. Facing towards or facing away? Yeah, facing towards. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty decent for now. Okay, and I think this is good enough for the mountains. So I mean, like, not every not everything on the screen is going to be a mountain. We're going to have like some trees and stuff too. So for the first two like background, the farther away background elements, like background layers, those can like kind of represent mountains, like terrain, give a sense of distance. Okay. But now that we're on that was like layer -6 and -5. So now that we're on layer -4, we need to start doing some things that actually look like a forest. So this is where we're gonna get into like the trees and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we can see like lots of detail here. Will she make it in this? No. Okay. I'm just gonna let her drop down. All right. Cool. Alright, so those are our two mountain ranges, which are on layers 6 and layer 5, and that's generally kind of what I use those layers for. However, on layer 6, we are going to go ahead and add a moon to this as well. So, do I have a moon in here? Hold on, let me see. Do I have a moon? Moon. Oh, I do have a moon. Okay. Yeah, I have a moon that I didn't expect that I had it, so that I had. So we're going to put a moon in here already. So unfortunately, this is exactly what I needed. I needed a crescent moon shape. So I'm gonna grab this crescent moon shape. I'm just gonna drag it into the level, and this is gonna be on level -6, but it's gonna be on layer like way in the back, so like maybe -30. Come on. Right, let me jump in here, and I'm going to scale this half moon up. This crescent moon up. So as a matter of fact, I'm gonna make this crescent moon freaking huge, right? So it's gonna kind of look something like this. Right, so I've got my crescent moon shape. Inside of this crescent moon, I'm going to create an empty, and I'm going to add a component. I'm going to add a sprite render, and I'm going to add a circle. Oops. And that's also going to be on the same layer, but it's going to be on order and layer will be maybe negative 35. We're going to shrink it down. I'm going to tint this one a little bit here. All right, this game object, I'm going to drag it down. Okay. So this will be like the crescent moon for this layer. And of course going to like kind of rotate that. Maybe rotate it more this way. Okay. And for this crescent moon, we're going to kind of fade it out a bit, but we're going to give it a glow. So the question is, which glow? We're going to give it a purple glow. Ooh, that looks nice. Pink glow. Blue glow. Well, I think maybe we might give it a blue glow. Now for the actual game object, for the actual body, we can kind of play around with the colors on this one. I think give it Okay, so this is how I can actually create like a good like little crescent moon thing. Blue glow, blue glow. Let's see, do I want it to be orange? Sprite orange, I could do that one. That looks a little too generic though. Pink. Oh, hold on. Pink. Red. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of cycling through through shaders that I've already created. Oh, sorry. Okay, I might go with the yellow on this one. And then the actual color, maybe more of a kind of in this range. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Crescent moon. Oops. Okay, well, we'll go with something like this for now. Yeah, just something like that for now. And I'll figure out what I want to do with the moon later. But I mean, we can do some pretty cool stuff with this. Actually, let me duplicate this game object um, and put this on negative 25. Go ahead and change this to black. And I will shrink this one down. Okay, so something like this, and then we'll give the moon and stuff some texture later. All right, now, how big do I want this moon? Fairly big, but I want it to be like, like visible, like relatable, like to the characters, because it's just kind of there to show that there is something in the background. So that might be a bit too damn big. So we're gonna kind of put this in relation to the character size, kind of. Yeah, so I think something like this for the moon is fine at the moment. So it's something that the player will see when she's moving around the level. And something that can obviously be obscured by the mountain and stuff. So we're going to take this crescent moon and we're going to move it to which layer? Okay, so this crescent moon is going to be on the back layer. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a parallax script to this. So parallax, hold on, let me find out my cloud script. So I have a cloud drift script that I kind of use for my games. So let me find a cloud in here. Sky clouds, cloud A, cloud. I'm gonna copy the component on this, actually, and then I'm going to go find that crescent moon, and I'm just gonna paste this component as new, actually, because I'm too lazy to type everything. Okay, and then I'm going to remove component. And what this allows me to do is basically set a start point and an end point. And it will allow the moon to kind of loop. So I'm going to give this moon a speed of like 100 or 300 or 100. And I'm going to move the moon over here. And then I'll hit play. Um, Whoa, wait a minute. That wasn't supposed to happen. Moon, where are you going? Okay. So if you look at this screen, you'll notice the moon is moving, but it's kind of moving down at the opposite angle that than I wanted to. That's because I've rotated it, right? So let me grab this crescent moon right quick. Okay, let's rotate it here. Okay, so now it's moving in the right place, but you'll see how fast it's kind of parallaxing across the screen. And then once it gets to a certain area, it will disappear, and then it'll come up on the other side of the screen. Okay, yeah, so, it just kind of waits till it gets to a certain point, and then it kind of resets. That's what this script does. Right. In order to fix that, what I'll need to do is I'll just go ahead and create an empty game object. Put like a parallaxing moon. Right, and then I'll drag this in here, and then I'm going to copy this component, and I'm going to put this component here. If I can, hold on. Paste component as new, yeah. Alright, and then I'll remove the drift script from this one. And the reason I put this into an empty game object is because I do need to rotate this moon. So I'll click on this, and now I can rotate this, and it won't affect the actual direction of the parallax. Alright, so let's play this again. If you hear that banging sound, that is actually the wind coming through through the doors. Alright, so yeah, now that moon just kind of shoots across the screen. I mean, we can't see anything, but it's kind of just doing its job, shooting across the screen. And then after a while, it just kind of resets itself. Right. So with this, I can change the speed of it. So right now, it's kind of like moving at a max speed of 100. I would probably move that to something like, actually, just like 20. The crescent moon itself is pretty small, so I can now scale this up. Alright, and actually not even 20, I'd probably just put that at 10. Alright, and then also, what else can I do with this? Right now the minimum position and the maximum position are an issue. So in order to gauge how far I need this moon, because I want the moon to come over here and then kind of reset itself to like right around here and start moving that way. So an easy way to gauge where the start and end points would just be to come over here and copy this guy. So I'm going to duplicate my default square. I'm going to paste him out there, and then I'm going to duplicate him again, drag him all the way over here to right around here. All right, and then I will use the X position. Yeah, I'm gonna copy the X position of this one, and let me find my. Where'd you go? Oh, my crescent move, parallax, and I'm just gonna paste it in here. So I think that was a positive position right there, and for this guy, this square, I'm gonna copy this, and then go to my parallax, and just paste this value in here. So roughly around the same. I mean, I can't actually do them the same, I think. Okay, and then I can actually get rid of these two default squares now because I don't need them. And let me go back to my parallaxing script and speed this up to 100 again. Alright, now when I play, you'll see this moon kind of like shoot across the screen. And the reason I'm putting it on the moon is because we're going to wind up using the same script for the clouds as well. All right, cool. So now here on this screen, on the actual game screen, you can't see it because the moon is like so high up. But on this screen, you can actually see that the moon is slowly traversing its way across. You know, slowly. It's at a max speed of 100. So you can actually see that it's moving. And it's behind the mountains where it should be. So yeah, all of that looks pretty good. Right. So what I'll do with this moon is I will go ahead and slow it down to about maybe 15. And I'll also center this up now, and get rid of the rotation. All right, and I shall move it right here, a little bit lower. Yeah, so I'll actually move it to where it is visible right up until the till the ceiling. Then for the crescent inside of this, I'm going to rotate this this way. Okay, so something like this. All right, and now when we hit play. Okay, so yeah, moon is moving slowly. We do see something moving in the background. This guy is like dead set on trying to kill me. Okay. Okay, maybe a little bit above, yeah. Would be better. So maybe in the middle of the horizon. Or in the middle of the ceiling would actually work better for this one. And for the speed, I'm actually going to slow this down even more to 5. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, you're not going to see it here, but the thing is, though, you're like, well, why are you putting it down here? Because we're never going to see it. Well, just because we're not seeing it because we're, like, way down here right now. But when we're playing on the higher levels, on the higher higher platforms of this level, you're going to totally forget about this moon. The player is totally going to forget about this moon. And then, like, they're going to be playing and they're just going to see it moving. Oh, there's a moon there. Wow, that kind of thing. Alright, cool, cool, cool. So yes, we do have like a celestial body moving now. This is good. Alright, so next, what are we gonna do? Alright, so we've got our mountains, our faraway mountains. We have our little alien moon moving around in the background to show that we are indeed on a different planet. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to have a couple of these guys. So I might duplicate this moon and make it smaller and actually kind of move him down here. So maybe we'll have a mommy moon and a baby moon. Okay, so I might duplicate that moon, and inside of here I'll probably change the color of it to a blue, green. Orange looks too similar. I'll give that one this, and instead of the yellow glow, this one I will probably give a pink glow, or maybe something a little bit wider. Okay, yeah, something like that'll work. So now we have like two moons kind of hanging out with each other. Now the cool thing about this is I have these two moons that are kind of moving. I can have this one move at a slightly slower rate. So instead of max speed of 5, I could have it. Yeah, but that's gonna like create more of a like distance behind them. So what I will do instead is maybe actually take this crescent moon out of here and move it into this one. And totally get rid of this parallaxing here. Alright, so why would I want to put this little baby moon inside of the other moon? Well, the reason I might want to do that is because I might want this one to rotate around this parallaxing moon. Yeah, do I want that? Alright, let me create an empty movie clip. And I'll put like a rotating mini moon. Right. So I want to make sure that this rotating. Yeah, so I'll make sure that this rotating mini moon is centered. Alright. To the parallaxing moon. And then I'll drag this little baby moon in here. And on this rotating mini moon, I'm going to add a rotation, maybe object rotation script. And I'll put like 100 for right now. And we'll see how this looks. So all of these scripts that you're seeing, I've actually created before, but if you'll download, that's what I forgot to mention. I do have a 2D game kit. Holy shit! Okay, yeah, it's rotating now. Hmm. Okay, so yeah, that's rotating around, the current moon. All right, which you can kind of see here. So it's just kind of rotating around a lot faster than it should be. So that's because I have the speed set at like 100. So I'll probably put this at like rotation speed is 5. Um, and also, um, okay, yeah, let's play this. As I was saying though, like a lot of the scripts that you're seeing me use, I actually created for in my Unity 2D game kit. So that's one reason why I'm not explaining so much scripting, because if you watch a lot of my previous streams, I've actually kind of gone through some of the scripting that I'm using for this game before. And if you would like to make your own game without having to rely on coding your own game, then I highly recommend that you go to my website creativemv.com, and if you go to home, you'll find a game called Spirits of the Lost Winds. And if you view this games page, this will take you to the 2D game kit that I created, and it's got a lot of code and a lot of functionality that you're actually seeing me use in my current game right now. So this game kit is designed to be a hands-off. I mean, like, be a code-free option for those of you who don't like coding and who want to just create a top-down game. So you can just download this. It's about $45 right now. But you can download this and use the code in your own games, and that'll save you a lot of time. And so basically, I created this game as a code base for the current game that I'm working right now, and so that's why I'm not really explaining code so much, because I've already done it in previous videos, right? So back to our rotating moon. So yes, our moon is rotating. I mean, our mini moon is rotating around its mommy moon, and that looks okay. So yeah, all good. Right, so that was just a little bit of extra aesthetic. It's not really necessary, but it looks pretty good. So we're going to move the baby moon out a little bit further, actually. Alright, cool. So we have our planet, we have our two moons that are kind of rotating. Now, what else do we have to do? Alright, so we've got our mountain range 1, mountain range 2. Now we need to start building some elements that are going to, give more detail to the actual level. And one of those things that we're going to do first, before we get into that, is, well, we have our ceiling here, right? So we do have our ceiling, but, this is a forest level. So we kind of have to decide what we want our trees to look like. All right, so let's go with leaves. I think I've created some leaves here, or maybe I didn't. Tree. So I'm gonna look and see what tree stuff I've kind of already got in the level, or got in the game. Okay, so we have this big tree trunk here, which I think I'm going to use. We also have our tree trunk here, which I might use. For an alien planet, the question is what kind of leaves, what kind of foliage am I going to be using? Right, because I do need to make it look alien, but I need to make it look somewhat believable for um, our game, for our character. Hold on, I'm checking mails right quick. Okay, I'm debating right now. Give me a second. I'm thinking, and I'm kind of getting tired, so I think I'm gonna take a break while I think of what kind of tree tops to use, and then I'll come back with this because I need to get something else to drink anyway. But this is what we got so far. Not really looking too bad. So I'm gonna jump off, grab something to eat, then come back with this, and we're gonna start working on basically the base, like the back level, on the base like tree line, kind of thing, because we are dealing with the forest here. All right, so and this will be the tree line that's like further in back, so we're gonna have like maybe three different tree lines. One that's like way off in the distance, and that's kind of faded out. One that's like closer to us, and then one that's like in front of us, basically. All right, so I'm gonna jump off for now, and I will be back. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And while you're waiting, like come go to my website, creativemv.com. Check out my other games, play some of the demos, and also like take a look at these nice screenshots. Stop by my online store and buy some of my stuff to help support me on support my game dev and support me on Patreon.